Hey, this is Idiot from Ginger and Idiot, and this tutorial is going to show you how to make the orchestra template that I promised in an earlier video. Now this orchestra template I usually use for my other orchestras songs, like the video game medley or Electric Angel. There are way too many instruments in it. It's not an actual orchestra. Normally orchestras don't have things like... A lot of orchestras don't actually have saxes, but some do. It's not that common. You usually don't need a contralto or contrabass clarinet. A lot of the times they don't even have English horns. Sometimes they only have one oboe part. Usually, if you normal like JW Pepper stuff. Let's see if I can find something real quick. If we go to let me just think of an orchestra piece off the top of my head. Robert Smith's Star Wars epic. He has a Star Wars epic, and his orchestra thing, the percussion part isn't actually a bunch of different instruments like I have in most of my songs. It's just not sure if you can see it, but it's mallet percussion like we did in our concert band template. Timpani is underneath. The timpani can vary, it doesn't really matter. Then percussion 1, percussion 2. So this is going to be the hardest one, harder than concert band to make because there's so many instruments. I have a list of instruments we can have here. This is normal instrumentation. Alto and tenor and bari, usually you don't have that, but I'll have it here for now, but you can do whatever you want. Percussion is just going to be 2 perc parts, but above that will be a mallet percussion part, and then underneath that we can have a timpani part. And underneath that we can have all the strings, which consist of 2 violins on different staffs, viola, and then we got the 2 lower bass here, which are violoncello and contrabass. Like that, okay. So, I don't know if I think we spelled violoncello wrong in the template. So let's create a new score. Let's call it Orchestra Template for YouTube. Idiot. And then we can have a subtitle. Make it look fancy. Choose instruments because I don't think we have a concert orchestra here, but I'm just gonna start off from scratch. Sometimes that happens. It's a weird bug that happens. I don't know why it does that. Alright, we could just use common instruments for now. Maybe they might not have some of them, but we'll see. We could start out. We can have a piccolo this time because usually we're going to do like some symphonic type orchestra, not a orchestra. So piccolo, 2 flutes. I'll put them on different staffs. A lot of the times, well, not a lot of the times, but sometimes people have 3 flute parts, and the 3rd flute part is an optional piccolo part. But I'm not going to do that. Oboe, and I'm pretty sure this piece has 1 oboe part. Oh, this has 2 oboe parts on the same staff. Usually when you have more than 1 oboe part, you have it on the same staff, so I'm just going to keep it like that. Then usually there's 3 clarinet parts. This one has 2 actually. Let's just have 2 for now. And then sometimes they have bass clarinet parts. This one has bass clarinet. And then we can have a bassoon. Sometimes they have 2. I think this one just has 1. We can move on to the horn section. There's, like concert band, it's going to be 2 horn staffs, but 4 parts. And then We're going to have 2 trumpet staffs, but usually 3 parts. This one has 3 different staffs. We're going to do it like we did concert, where we're going to have, this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 2, 3. We can have 3 trombone parts. That's what he did here. And the tuba. A lot of the times people do just 3 trombone parts, but sometimes people can do a bass trombone as well. But that's not quite as common in orchestra. Make sure you're doing tuba, not B-flat tuba, because B-flat tuba nobody ever uses. Don't know why it's under common instruments, but whatever. We're going to have, for our percussion, we're going to do what we did for earlier, what we wrote down. We're going to have a mallet percussion, which we're going to just set down as marimba because that has the widest range, and you'll see why in a bit. And you probably already know if you saw the concert band template. People will sometimes, you can really mess around with where the timpani is. Sometimes people put above the mallet percussion parts, below the percussion parts, or in between. You can put them in between for convenience. Then unpitched percussion, we're just going to put 2 drum sets, and we can change that to percussion parts later. Now if we got a choir in your orchestra, usually that goes above the strings, but this time I'm not going to do choir just because I don't want to make this video way too long. I'm also going to be uploading these templates to my MuseScore page. So this one doesn't have a choir, but if you look at, like, let's go to my let's just go to my Epic Legend of Zelda medley. It has a choir. Choir usually goes above the violin parts. My template isn't very good in this song. I'm just going to do strings, 2 violins. Now we can change these violin sounds to just strings sounds, because violins, just plural, sounds a lot better. I'm not sure if they already have it as one. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Then viola, violoncello, contrabass. So that's it. Now we just need I don't know why he has string bass here, but we can just change this, and now we can just make it C major. I don't really care. It doesn't matter too much. We're gonna go and like scroll down quite a bit. Style or layout page settings, and change the height to like 600 because it's really high. Change it to 500. That seems about right. Now we're gonna have to change the width because we don't want the pages to be 2 8.5 by 11s high, because that's just weird. The equation we're going to be using this time in Wolfram Alpha is 8.5 by 11 equals x divided by and then the number you put for the height. And then we get this number, 386.36. So 386 0.3. Now it seems like a good proportion. Alright, so let's go to the brackets first. We can put this all the way across to the end of the woodwind section. It's usually what people do. That's what he did here, probably. Yeah, that's what people do. And sometimes horns get their own bracket, but I'm pretty sure he put, oh yeah, he put horns on their own bracket. Usually that's what happens. Sometimes people put brass as their own bracket, but that's not quite as common. And then trumpets usually get their own bracket. I think that's what he did here too. Oh no, he put, okay, never mind. He put the horns, trumpets, and low brass all have the same. And then what he did else was the I don't know why I didn't notice that. Did this, these brackets, square brackets. Now we can put square brackets around every part that has multiple parts. So like clarinet. And trombones. Oh, and in the concert band template, I forgot to put brackets around the trombones, or square brackets around the trombones. So I'm going to fix that before I upload it. And then percussion gets their own bracket. And then piano. Oh, I totally forgot about the piano. Usually there's a piano between the percussion and a lot of the times there's a harp too. So I'm going to add that. And then harp. Now sometimes the harp goes below the piano, sometimes the harp goes above it. I don't think it matters too much here. I have the harp below it. And now I have to make the page taller. It's just trial and error, really. You can't ever get it right the first time. So let's just type in 600 here. That's too big. 550 maybe. That's what I had before. I don't know why I did that. 565. That seems about right. We're gonna have to put this in for this. 436.5. Now it's proportionate again. Oh, is that right? Seems a bit wide. $436, right? That's what I would put. Oh, I put 500. Oh, there. That's the problem. There we go. Now let's get this out of here. And I put the instruments in the wrong places. Whoops. And now we can put a, generally there's not a bracket around the piano because they already have a bracket. They use a squiggly bracket. So we can have a normal bracket down here. Also, I forgot to put this. They should really make it so that this corresponds to this. I don't know. Don't know why you'd want to change that, to be honest, to anything else, because usually that's what it's supposed to be. And then, is there any more? We could put the square bracket around the mallet percussion parts, then the violin parts, and I think we're good. Now, other than that, we should have now we're about to change the names. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this to 2, like we did in the concert band. Change this to a couple enters, so we can have to experiment with it. 1 enter, enter, flutes. 8 spaces. Same thing here. You just copy and paste this, I guess. But a lot of people don't have a T in there actually. So that's usually what people do. Seems. Let's share. Let's do this. So it seems about. Let's delete one of these. That's good. Now we're gonna have to change all the other parts to 8 spaces here and then 4 spaces here. And the oboe part, we're not gonna have to change at all except for that, and then the clarinet part. So I think we're going to need more space here, and how you do that is you go to Layout Page Settings, and then you go to you can change these numbers. We can change this to 20, 5 maybe. Maybe I'll change this to 25 too. So now we have more space in the left margin here. Also, our text is going to be really small, so we're going to have to make it proportionate, because we changed the size of the page without changing the sometimes that happens when you save in the same time. I was trying to press Control C or Control A. You can't save while you're editing text. So make that bigger, and then we can bring this down before we actually do that, because we'll go over it, if you get what I'm saying. And then make this quite a bit bigger, and make this a bit bigger too. And that's good. Alright, so you can insert an image if you want here by doing right-clicking here, add picture. This is the image I used from 2, one of my piano solos. Now it looks all fancy like. And if you want to keep your image within the, there's nothing specific, but if you want to keep your image within the template, or the thumbnail, I guess you could call it, you have to like keep it right about there or so. It's kind of annoying when you have an image like this. Like when I'm uploaded to, probably around here. Oh no, I use this for the YouTube video, not the MuseScore thing. All right, let's change this. We can change this to 1, or 1, 2, 3, probably about, maybe 2 actually. 1, enter, enter, and I forgot to keep the B flat clarinet part because I'm just so stupid. Let's just put that there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just copy everything from here, and then make that 4 spaces. I think we know what to do by now. And let's change this to 2 and 2, and that should be good. Now we're going to change the bass clarinet part just to be a bit out. And the horn parts are a bit annoying. You're going to have to change this to 1, 2, probably put an enter up here. F horns, and then 8 spaces. Now we're going to do that here too, and let's change this to 3, enter 4, and this to 3, enter 4. And maybe we're going to need another, actually I think this should be fine. This doesn't go too high, this 3rd, 4th horn part. We could change this to, here, let's just copy the flute part, because I'm too lazy to do this all over again for the trumpets. Keep that here so we can actually copy and paste the B flat part. cut that and paste that. There we go. And we can have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, nothing more. So I think there's only 7 spaces here actually. Oh, never mind, it's 8. Alright, let's change this to just 2 and just 2. The second parts are always easier. And now the trombone parts, they're a bit easier when you have just 3 parts, because you could change this to 1 and change this to 3, then change this to trombones 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, TBN S 1, 2, 3, and then 2. It's a lot easier because it lines up automatically, so you don't have to do that weird thing, this thing. Let's do like that. Marimba, we're going to change to mallet percussion. We could put an enter here so that it's like on 2 separate lines, mallet then percussion, but we don't need to do that. And we can add parts later. Timpani, and then we can change this to percussion. Oh. I bet you actually oh wait, percussion 1 actually. I bet you like if you use tab it might work better, but you know, too late now. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Alright, I was just counting the spaces again. And then we're going to click apply and OK. Now piano is just going to be the same thing as the others. And then same with harp. Same with violin. Oh wait, we're just gonna change this to, I don't know why I did that. We're gonna have to change this to like the trumpet parts too. So let's just command Control A, cancel, and then what am I doing? Control A, Control V, which changes to violins. Change Control A, Control V. I think that's oh. Just a VLNS dot. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I'm right. But of course I'm right. 2 and then 2. So it looks nice and organized. Then viola, violoncello, and contrabass, we just need to add spaces. I bet you, hang on, let me try something. If I do tab, that doesn't work. Let's just do that, like that. Oh. There we go. Now we got we're almost done with our orchestra template. The rest of that we need to do is it should be pretty easy to add percussion names like bass drum, snare drum, triangle, crash, cymbal. Then we can press enter. And okay, and then press, with percussion too, we can do, I don't know, suspended cymbal, vibra slap. What else is there? We can add a shaker or a tambourine. Alright. And now the percussion parts look fancy. And then mallet percussion, we can add marimba, glockenspiel, vibraphone, and then etc. I don't know, xylophone. And then mallet percussion is going to be the same. Now I think that's about it, besides the we can change this. If we hold Control M and type in 5 for the 5th measure, we can change text properties and change this to 0 and then 0.1. Make the measures look better. And it's all good. I think we're about done with this. And I'll upload these and then upload the templates to my page. But for the name here, like we did in the jazz band and concert band, you can just do words and music by name of composer, or composer name. A lot of the times I do this, and then arranged by, or arrangement by, and then name. A lot of the times they can put this in bold and italicized, and then this is just bold usually. Ooh. Oh gosh. This usually isn't italicized. And then we can change this to leave it as is. It really depends on what you preference. It doesn't matter too much, that part. And that's about it. Alright, I'm gonna upload these now.